everybody, the garage is open and you are here and everything is right in the world. I'm Jeremy Cordeaux, Peter Clayton's behind the camera. The Court of Public Opinion is in session. We were just musing before. What do you say you do to that camera before you roll? You format it?
Format it, yes.
Okay, I have no idea what that means, but I'm glad you did it.
Well, it just gets it ready. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it gets it ready. Gets it ready. We were just... what did I do? Say, bottle of wine, fruit of the vine, when are you going to let me get sober? Yeah. Who did that song? Do you remember that?
Yes, Tom Paxton.
Tom Paxton. Well, we are going to run that on Friday at the dining room table. Bottle of wine. Okay. But I think it was, I think Tom Paxton wrote it.
Well, he
Pete.
wrote it, yes.
I think it was the Fireballs who did the really rocky version of it. Well, when I say rocky, I mean up tempo rather than a folk version of it. The Fireballs, Bottle of Wine. We'll play it Friday, promise. I've got it, I know. I've got it. I hope the Black Friday sales went okay for you. I think the Black Friday sales went on for not one day, Friday. I think they went on for a week and now they're into their second week. I think these guys are on a roll. I think the stores make more money out of this so-called Black Friday thing than they do out of the Boxing Day sales and in fact the leading up to Christmas sales. Don't quite understand it. There was a remarkable storm cell, and I haven't mentioned this to Pete, but I think there's a leak in your roof, isn't there?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Well, you should see the one in my roof. God help me. It was a storm cell. I mean, I'm not overly concerned about it because it's not often that you get this much water in this shorter time, bang, just like that. Doesn't really happen in Adelaide. Driest city in the driest state in the driest continent in the world. I think that's apart from Antarctica. It never rains in Antarctica. But anyway, we don't get a lot of rain. We get enough, mostly. But this storm cell went through last night and this morning. Water absolutely everywhere. I saw it this morning, the remnants of it coming down my road here. It was a torrent. I mean, if a car had been parked beside the road, it would have been picked up and swept away. As serious as that. I just made it back to record today's Court of Public Opinion, by the way, from a very nice lunch with John Quirk. John Quirk and I have known each other for years. He's a Labour Party politician and a very, very good man. And he invited me down there. Caroline and I went. It was interesting because Caroline's father, you know, is Andrew Peacock, and a very strong Liberal member of federal parliament. At this table, there were a whole lot of Labour Party, retired Labour Party, and some Liberal Party, state and federal politicians. The most interesting thing is everybody got on so well. They all had stories to tell and little bits of history and things that I'd never heard about, particularly state politics. Anyway, I decided that John Quirk has got to come on the program, and he is on Friday. He'll be in, I think it's, I think we've made it 11 o'clock. So we'll have a good hour to talk to John. My God, you know, he knows where the bodies are buried. But I tell you what, does he know how to work a room? Wow, he's an old style politician. Old school politician. There's somebody else coming on the program on Friday around the dining room table, and if you want to listen to what goes on, and I never know, I mean, it's the Wild West when it comes to a modern sort of radio station. No rules, no regulations, which I kind of like. Not that we abuse anything. I just think it's more entertaining that way because you don't know what's going to come up next. But Bruce Mackey's coming on the show. Bruce Mackey used to be a banker. He was one of the top men at the State Bank here in South Australia. When he retired, he bought the Dimmock's book franchise, and I used to have him in on my program once a week to talk about books. But he can talk about anything. He's a remarkable guy, Bruce Mackey. And somebody else I met today was Harold Allison. Harold Allison was the member for Mount Gambier, a Liberal, member of Mount Gambier for 20, I'll have to check, but I think something like 25 years, maybe 27 years. And when he went into retirement, and Harold, I must tell you, is 93 years old. 93 years old. Very lovely, dignified man. Anyway, when he went into retirement, he would have been maybe in his early 70s. He bought a car wash company. And he and his kids would be down there every day from 7 o'clock in the morning till, I don't know, what, 5, 6 o'clock at night. And they would wash cars. Harold Allison himself would be washing cars. And I would take all my cars down there, and they do it lovingly. He's subsequently sold that business, and he's bought another business. Anyway, I've asked him if he'll come on the program, and he said he's 93 years old. And he said, Jeremy, I don't think I'd have the time. Oh, I said, look, come on, you'd love it. This is a nice sort of chin wag that we're having here. This is the same sort of thing that we do with the jeremycordo.com thing. And he said, oh, all right, okay, but not till the new year. There's too much to do at the moment. Anyway, Harold Allison, you will love meeting him. I found out, I never knew this about him, but he is an absolute walking encyclopedia when it comes to the assassination of John F. Kennedy. The knowledge that man has on the assassination of John F. Kennedy is amazing. So we'll have fun when we get him on the show. But as I say, that won't be till the new year. We'll see. The Teachers Union. The Teachers Union want to display pro-Palestine banners. They want to invite Palestinian activists into schools and classrooms. This is the Teachers Union. They want literature, pro-Palestinian literature. They want the teachers to wear T-shirts pro-Palestine, which will do nothing but promote hatred and prejudice and sow the seeds of great trouble. Why would the Teachers Union be interested in anything other than teaching? I don't get it. No wonder 2/3 of teachers want to leave the profession. Maybe they're being pushed in a direction they don't really like. I don't know what's going on there. But that's something else we can talk to Harold Allison about, because I think, for the best part of my memory, I think probably for 12 years, he was the education minister here in the South Australian Parliament. He's got some very strong ideas about education. Old school, but hell, why wouldn't you? Old school work better than new school, huh? From next year, I'm very happy to report to you, if you haven't heard already, January 1st, I think, vapes will be banned from this country. Vapes will be banned. You know, the lengths to which these people go to dress up their shops and make them, look like candy stores, purely to get the kids in, is just disgraceful. Now, vapes will be available on prescription for those people who genuinely use them to get off cigarettes. But it will be a prescribed substance. That is good. Mind you, without being overcritical, and I don't like to look a gift horse in the mouth, the truth of the matter is that is the way it was intended, but it was never gazetted that way. It was never put into society that way. The vape was something to help people quit smoking. Pure and simple. And from January we'll get to that, I hope. They tell me, and I'll talk to you more about this maybe on Friday, cash is on life support. Nobody has it anymore. Nobody uses it. And they tell me it's going to be dead in 3 years. Now, I don't know what that means. Pete, if you got any cash, I guess what it means is you've got to go out and spend it, because will people recognise it or honour cash in 3 years' time?
I hate the thought.
I don't understand the thought. I mean, having a few dollars in your pocket, I mean, I call it running away money. I do. Well, you never know when you have to run away and you might need some money, some running away money. Everyone should have some running away money, for God's sake. Bob Catter, I don't know if you know Bob or like Bob, he's a character. You know, the white shaggy hair, and he's a bit of a firebrand. He's a member of the Federal Parliament, the lower house, Legislative Assembly. He wants, I always thought he was a bit of a conservative, but clearly not. He wants the monarch to be removed from our coins. Speaking of money, he wants an aboriginal warrior instead of King Charles. Is that, Bob, is that, and I've talked to him over the years many times. He's been in the Parliament for years and years and years. I think he's, I won't say he's senile, but I think something's going on, something wrong. Is that all you've got to worry about? You'd really get up on your feet and you're going to bring something to the House of Parliament and it's going to be, get rid of King Charles off the coin. He says, if we believe that all men are born equal and free, how can we possibly have the king on our coins? Now, I don't see the point that he's trying to make. I really don't. People are not born equal. I think the most that we can possibly aspire to is equal opportunity. I mean, some people have get up and go, some people have mojo, some people, look, some people are smarter, some people are faster. You know, Ethiopians can run faster than any other human being on the planet. Some people are born beautiful, others are born disabled, some are born rich, many, many more are born poor. There's no such thing as everybody is born equal. Hopefully free, but that's a bit of the luck of the draw in itself. I'm running out of time, Pete, aren't I?
No, you're right.
Okay. The ham-fisted handling of the High Court detainees case. I want to talk to you about this. And there'll be more opportunity on Friday, jeremycordo.com, 9 o'clock till 12, live from the dining room table. The detainees case. It's resulted in this government having to come up with $255 million to enable Border Force and the Federal Police to cope with the mess. 255 million.
That's for 141.
Oh.
That's for 141.
Yeah.
That's $500,000 each, roughly.
Yeah,
Just to monitor them.
yeah, the raw figures, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an awful lot of money that we are paying for the privilege to have let these people out of jail. Thank you to the High Court. Surveillance, monitoring. Virtually a complete division or department of law enforcement officers has to be established for the breakdown, I think, Pete. It's 138 need monitoring and 132 are being monitored. All of which, of course, is no guarantee of anything. Oh, yes, I can't forget. One of them is missing. One of them is on the run. Do I make my point? All because of an inadequate or incompetent handling of that case. And I say incompetent, ladies and gentlemen, because the government should have anticipated that certain left-wing appointees on the bench of the High Court, and you know, the Liberals come in and they put some right-wing or right-leaning justices on the bench, and the Labour Party comes in and they put some left-wing. I mean, it happens all over the world. They should have realised that with certain appointees on the bench of the High Court, that the probability would be that the court would throw out that case. You know, that's the law that kept that motley crew of rapists, murderers, terrorists and assorted undesirables behind bars. Legislation should have been prepared and ready to go in anticipation of. And indeed, retrospective legislation. Retrospective legislation could have been prepared and passed just in case none of these things were done. Labour's incompetence is now not only threatening our national security, but costing us $255 million. No apologies, nope, no excuses. And don't say you can't pass retrospective legislation because you've done it before. The Crown versus Gosha Peniatowska. Look it up. You will see what you can do when you want to. But this is a case of your attitude towards border control. Anyway, I'll just leave you with a few dates. Happy birthday if you're having a birthday or a wedding anniversary. We got some very interesting feedback, Pete, about that Israeli-Palestine.
Yes, it was very good.
It was a great demonstration of history that no one can remember. But it's all there if you want to go digging, and it puts a lot of light. It sheds a lot of light and focus on that whole Middle Eastern mess. Yes, happy birthday if you're having a birthday. Yum, 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 yum. I promise you, I will have reading glasses fairly soon. Yugoslavia's National Day, November 29. Natalie Wood died. Oh, very young and very sad. It was 1981 on this day, 43-year-old Natalie Wood drowned when she fell from the yacht. It was called Splendor, the yacht, off Catalina Island, California. And great controversy surrounds the entire incident, and nobody will probably ever get to the bottom of what really happened. Sadly. It was reported that the US government, and these documents were obtained through freedom of information. I don't think they would have fell off the back of a truck. But anyway, it was revealed that Australia, it had been decided that Australia was the preferred site to test the MX missile. Don't even know what happened to the MX missiles, but maybe they're probably out there somewhere. Don't know. But it was a controversy at the time. That was this day back in 1984. At 1 o'clock, actually 1:40, a bomb rocked the half-built building in Yeppoon. It was a resort development 540 kilometres north of Brisbane. No one was injured, 6 cases of gelignite had been placed into a bed of fertiliser, and somebody let it off for some reason. No arrests. Graham Hill, the racing driver, died in a plane crash in England. Grand Prix winner too, Graham Hill. 1975 was the year. John Gary, good singer John Gary. His real name was Gary Schrader. Anyway, he was born in New York in 1932. Louisa May Alcott was born in Pennsylvania. She was the author of Little Women. Little Women. American admiral, explorer and aviator Richard Byrd made his first flight over the South Pole on this day in 1929. The wonderful Sir James Hardy was born in Seacliff, South Australia on this day in 1932. That would make him, Pete, what would that make Sir James? 90?
80.
Oh no, it'd be more than 80.
93.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, let's not think about it. And Hazel Phillips, with whom I used to flirt outrageously. Well, actually, she took me under her wing, I must tell you. I used to work with her at Channel 10. And she did that in a motherly way. She was a lovely lady, Hazel Phillips. I thought she was the sexiest thing on 2 legs. She was born in 1932. She was born in London, Beauty and the Beast panellist. She was also Miss South England in 1949. I would have only been 3 at the time. Anyway, and Brian Cadd's birthday as well, 1946. Happy birthday, hope you have a wonderful day, and Peter Clayton and I will see you tomorrow. I'm Jeremy Cordeaux. In the Court of Public Opinion, believe in yourself, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. We post these episodes on Facebook at 9 o'clock, but you could be watching them at any time of the day and in any place in the world. So it's a little bit hard to be prescriptive. Anyway, thank you for viewing the Court of Public Opinion, and we'll see you tomorrow.